What's up, Mixed Reactions? It's Tuesday, November 18th, 2025, and this is a special 100th edition. It's Ian, Casey, Justin, and Nick. Before I pass it off, I just want to say it's been real, man, doing the show with you guys to this point. Here's to another 100. And yeah, the fact that we got this far, man, I mean, it's just sticking with it. And I think it's just, you know, yeah, it's just really cool to see. But I'm gonna just pass it off to the newest person on the show. How's it going today, Nick?
Been better, been worse, been better.
Yeah, rough weekend for the Vikes. How you doing today, Casey?
Man, 100 episodes. It's what you said. We continue to keep putting up material. We continue to keep grinding on this show, and it's an honor, boys. It really has been. Despite our lack of viewership, our lack of subscribers, it's always a pleasure to do this show with you guys, and it's grateful.
How about you, Justin?
Um,
Nice
Holy
time.
episodes, Batman. Just throw that out there. But it's been real. It's been quite a ride on many fronts.
I was thinking that earlier, man. Like, damn, like we've been doing it consistently for like a solid like 2.5 years, and man, like it didn't matter. We all somehow on that very convenient that all our schedules, really haven't conflicted much during that time frame, with the exception of maybe once or twice. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's been real, man. Here's to 900 more. What were we doing the math the other day? That's gonna be like another fucking 9 years.
Yeah,
But
I think I'll be in my mid to late 40s by then.
Yeah, same here.
um, who wants to talk about their team first, man? Our team's all won. Obviously, Nick's lost. Uh, who wants to go first?
Ian, I think it should be you. I mean, you had the biggest game of the weekend. Your team had an absolutely phenomenal performance. Go to show again why they're probably the best team in football and don't truly have a weakness. I think you should go on this one.
Yeah, no, man. Obviously you know, punters, they get disrespected. Did you guys see that bounce?
Beautiful.
Man, the fact that they were even able to get on the field, they called a pass interference on that last drive on Forbes, which was bullshit. Sam Darnold threw 7 picks. Um, he didn't look uncomposed, but or did I just say 7 picks? He threw 4 picks. My
Threw four. I
apologies.
was gonna say I think he threw about three less than that,
He's
but it
not
sure felt
Nathan
like seven.
Peterman. What
It
did
felt like
Nathan
seven.
Peterman throw in that game? Six?
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
But yeah, man, no, it was just really good to see, especially being stable to stand up to him. I mean, granted, they made a little bit of a run at the end. Our schedule doesn't get much easier. We have a tough game coming up against Tampa Bay, but yeah, that's my big thing. I mean, we really don't have a weakness.
No, and this is the thing I think was the biggest takeaway for me
Mhm.
personally when it came to the Rams was goes to show what we've been saying about them for 2 months on this show now, and they can beat you in so many different ways. They don't always have to put up these monstrous offensive type performances to win games. Obviously, Stafford didn't have his best game; his numbers were kind of mediocre, but he didn't have the big mistake, and he was still able to put up 21 points against arguably the best defense in football. And not only that, your defense completely shut down and eradicated
Mhm.
the best one of the best offenses and probably the hottest quarterback in football as of late. You were able to completely dominate that game. I know you only won by two, but that was a dominant two-win performance.
Yeah, I think with that performance, it was most. I looked at it as the Rams' litmus test of how they could perform against the best competition in the NFC. Because honestly, I think they would dog walk Philly. I think Seattle was going to be your biggest test to get through the NFC.
Yeah,
I like the
it's.
way that oops, go ahead.
Oh no, you're good. Go ahead. My bad.
I like the way that Sam Darnold held his composure though after those four picks. For what it was, how good Seattle is with those interceptions, still staying in the game and still
Mm.
having a chance to win the game. Sam Darnold, I mean, everybody's like, "Oh, Sam Darnold is back to being Sam Darnold." I was like, "Dude, he played one hell of a game. Still, he
Mhm.
played a great team." And I can't stand it when people try to. You can't mimic down what the Rams are. They're not a bad team. So when you throw
Not at
four
all.
picks and you still have a chance to get into the game and almost win it, come on. I hate everybody's just so one-sided, and they just look at it. Oh, Sam can't beat the Rams. No, a lot of teams can beat the Rams. You know, the Eagles had a hard time beating the Rams in Philly last year. Like, it's just ridiculous how everybody always has to go right for the gut. Like, oh, well, he's not that good. He almost lost. He almost beat the Rams, but he's not that good. Whatever.
That's all recency bias, I find, as
Mhm.
opposed to like if you're looking at the broader picture. But the recency bias in sports media is crazy, absolutely
And
insane.
it's like we were saying last week too. The loser of this game, it doesn't say anything negative about them as a team or their season. These are probably the two best teams in the NFC. And I think Nick makes a very good point where, yeah, Sam may have thrown those 4 picks, but he was able to stay composed. He got him within that score, of course, with that drive that got him a touchdown. And then he got him within range to potentially kick a game winning field goal. And so you do got to give Sam Darnold credit in that aspect for getting them to that position, barring the ugliness that was beforehand, of course.
And I wouldn't pin the loss on Sam Darnold. It was the Rams just outlasted Seattle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we did too. I mean, 4 picks is 4 picks, but I mean, watching that game though, I mean, he was, even if he didn't have time, I mean, he was finding his guys, and on the last drive, obviously taking them down there. If we don't get that punt, we don't win that game. But I mean, I didn't think, like, obviously he threw 4 picks. You don't want that to happen. He's had a great season so far. They're what, 7-3, and I mean, I don't want to have to face Sam Darnold again. Yeah, no, I don't. I think Justin's right. The recency bias. Um, I mean, Seattle's good. I think we don't have a weakness. And that game was important to get home field because we're not gonna have obviously any home field advantage if we have to go to Seattle. But it's gonna be tough playing Tampa. But I mean, yeah, like you guys were saying this before we get off the Rams, going to one of your guys' teams. I mean, even though Matt Stafford didn't have his best game, our defense was still able to hang tough. Was it Durant that got the interception? Forbes gets another pick, and then who was it? Forbes, that they had a sure touchdown, and it was going out the back of the end zone, and he just leaped and deflected it. Otherwise, dude would have, I forgot who it was, he would have caught it. But big win. Kobe Bryant for the Seahawks. Oddly enough, in LA, he was out there making some huge plays. Um, but yeah,
One time
it's
about
good.
one time about a player making huge strides for the team broke a record that I don't think ever will be broken. It's not any one of our guys. Jacoby
Jacoby
Brissett.
Brissett,
Yeah.
What record did he break?
Most
most
completions in a
completions.
game, 47 to 57 for 452 yards. Yet they still lost to the Niners because they're the Cardinals.
On 2
Oh,
possessions.
Yeah.
by 2 possessions? Goddamn.
But
I gotta say,
Brissett was
Brock Purdy
47 to
looks really
57 for 452.
Brock
That
Purdy looks
record
really
isn't
good.
getting broken.
No, it's not. It's not. But we got to give credit to Brock Purdy because he looked really sharp. He threw 3 touchdowns that game.
He
He
did.
looked really sharp.
Don't count the
And
Niners out. They're 7-4.
oh,
I'm not counting them out. I'm not.
Oh, I'm
I
just,
don't
hey,
even count
you did call it last year. Oh, go ahead.
I don't. If Arizona had a solid quarterback right from the get go, I wouldn't even count them out. They're a really good team all around too. They're very
they're talented.
yeah. They're it's really interesting how the NFC West can pan out because I don't. I mean, who is going to take that? You know, like if Sam Darnold and the company can get it going in Seattle, oh man, it's going to be something different.
Now, I don't know. I don't remember the Rams' full schedule. Was that their first game against Seattle, Ian?
Yeah, that was our first game against Seattle. We play them again on 12/18 on Prime Video, which I'm guessing is a
I think
Thursday.
that game may decide the division and the number one seed, barring any other catastrophe in the
Oh, I
NFC.
think we'd kill Philly too. I think Philly's going to struggle down the stretch. I think that's going to be for the number one seed. I mean, what's Green Bay's record? I mean, they're pretty
Green Bay is behind
5-3-1.
Chicago and
Mhm.
Detroit right now.
Yeah, I forgot.
Green
You
Bay's
know,
ahead
you
of
keep
Detroit.
we can mention Philly and like how they don't look that good and they're not that good, but guess what? They keep on beating the good teams and they're barely beating them, and they don't look that good. And AJ
You know,
Brown's pissed off, and they still win.
And you know
It's
what? This kind of
ridiculous.
goes to my next question, next point. The Kansas City Chiefs last year were 11-0 in one possession games. This year they're 0-5. The Philadelphia bitch ass Eagles are this year's version of the Kansas City Chiefs of last year.
I think Denver is.
Well, my
I
point
think,
being,
yeah,
no matter
I agree.
how awful they've played in the game, they still find a
Yeah,
way to win.
yeah, that's true.
Man, speaking of the Kansas City Chiefs, Justin, you brought up a point earlier. I'm still saying not yet, but you brought up a point. I want to get everyone else's opinion. Is it time to light the candle vigil for the Kansas City Chiefs on this season?
Put
I'd
it
do
this
it.
way: they're 2 games behind the Jacksonville Jaguars due to head-to-head competition for the last spot in the AFC wild card. Jacksonville's schedule going down the stretch isn't very difficult. They still have the Titans. They
The
still
Colts
have
twice.
the Colts. They still have the Colts twice. So that I'm not saying it's easy, but Kansas City has it harder. They've still got another. They got another matchup with Denver and another matchup with Chargers
And a matchup for the Colts.
and the Cowboys.
That doesn't count.
This like the way we look at it right now, it's bad. And you know what? If Patrick Mahomes and they just take the field goals for the ones where he has the picks, he threw a pick against Philly, he threw a pick against Denver, he threw a pick against the Jacksonville Jaguars. All of them right in the end zone. If that doesn't
Yep.
happen and they just kick a field goal, they win the games. All of them. And it's just crazy to think that he tries too hard. And I get it. You want that touchdown. But damn, I'm like, when he threw that pick against Denver, I was like, there's no way that he's going to lose this game because he threw a pick in the end zone. And they still, like, I'm like, they did. And it's interesting how I look at Patrick Mahomes. I feel like he's flawless. And I understand, like, we still have a good amount of ways to go. And I'm not panicking because the Colts still have to play the Jacksonville Jaguars. If Kansas City beats the Colts, I mean, then they take that matchup. So say if Jacksonville somehow got their division lead, everything changes. And not to mention the Chargers got smoked by Jacksonville. So everything's up for grabs. I don't know
But the
what to think of the
Chargers
Chargers.
still hold the tiebreaker over KC because of their head-to-head matchup.
Yes, and I understand that, but they still play again.
They
Yeah,
do.
I'm
They do have another thing against each other, so
I'll tell you what, I'll give up on Kansas City when the season's over. But when they're mathematically out, I'll automatically give up on them. I will
If
not
they
give
lose
up.
again, if they lose to Indy this upcoming week, because I'm pretty sure they play Indianapolis this week. If they
yeah.
lose to Indy, it's time to write them off.
yeah, because at that point they'd be 5-6, and it's too late in the season, I think, for a specialty kind of run like that. So I agree with Justin. I think it's the make or break week for Kansas City. I'll save my pick for the pick segment, but it's hard to disagree with that. There is something about them that's not right this year. And I don't know if they can figure it out.
Nah, man. See, I'm not preparing for a Chiefs vigil at all. Granted, this could be a huge game against the Colts, but then they go to Dallas on Thanksgiving, but I mean, they're still only a game behind Jacksonville. And they
They're
lost to a
two.
good and
They're two because Jacksonville owns the head-to-head.
well, no, they'd still be well, I guess you're right, because if you don't win the
Effectively, they're 2 games
tiebreaker,
behind. They're at least. I haven't looked at the standings, but I know they're elite. They're elite. Effectively, 2 games behind Jacksonville, and at least 2 games behind the Chargers.
Yeah.
If they
Now,
fall one more time and Jacksonville gets another win, it's
is it a head-to-head tiebreaker that Jacksonville owns?
Mhm. Yep.
Okay. Well,
yeah,
okay. That's actually a good way of looking at it. So yeah, it's really 2 wins behind. 'Cause if you win one, don't do no good. But I know I still like the Chiefs. Like Nick was saying, I'm not going to count them out until the season's over, until we got the playoff brackets released. The Chargers don't look too hot. They don't have much room for error. But if anybody can do it, I'm not betting against the experience. I think they're actually minus money to make the playoffs. They're favored.
So I agree with as far as don't bet against the experience. And I said it on Sunday and I'll say it again. I think the Chiefs can allot one more loss throughout the regular season and still make the wild card. But that's it. One more is one, and that's what I think they have. They had to finish the season 11-6 for
Well,
them to
they
make
got
the
to play
wild card.
Denver again. They got to play the Colts. They get the Raiders, they get the Titans, and they get the Texans, who, you know, I'm kind of doing this. I might as well six. You guys are sick of it.
They might be 6-7 by the time they get to Thanksgiving.
They really could be. I mean, there's so much that because, like you said, Justin, they were 11-0 in one score games this year. They're 0-5 this year, and everyone here knows one score games mean that if just a play or two had gone different, the game would be the complete opposite way. So I don't want to call it the lucky breaks, but the balls that were bouncing their way last season appear not to be bouncing their way this season, and it's showing. It's very well showing.
Now, I want to say, under no certain terms, do I want to get Patrick Mahomes the ball with 1:30 to go, or however less than 2 minutes to go in a one possession game? I don't want to do that. But the balls have been bouncing against Kansas City, so I wouldn't be as panicked this year.
The possibility of the New England Kansas City first round matchup is looking almost as real as ever. I mean, all it's gonna take is a little slip up to get to the 2 seed. All it's gonna take is a little.
I still think New England has the inside track on the number one, but that's a story for another day.
I think they do too, but I'm just saying it's more likely that I think we thought it was improbable. I would have at the beginning of the season in Gillette at that. That's why I'm just saying it's crazy that we're a little closer to it.
So, Justin, I want to say you said it early. You just said it a couple seconds ago. You wouldn't want to give the ball to Mahomes with 2 minutes or under left, one score game. But he had that exact opportunity this past Sunday. Chiefs went 3-0.
And that's why I say I don't want to, but with how the Chiefs have been performing in those situations this year, I'm not as scared to do it.
Yeah, I don't disagree. They just don't look the same this year. I don't disagree whatsoever. But before we run out of time,
if Bo Nix had that ball, he scares the hell out of me.
Bo Nix, I hate to say this, it sounds like such a hater. I don't think he's good.
That's not fair to say though, because why isn't he? He beat Philly, he beat Kansas City, he's beaten a lot of good teams. Denver, I don't care about the Raiders division
Denver
game.
Has beaten
doesn't
them.
Matter.
Bo Nix hasn't beaten them. Denver has beaten them. It's
What's the difference between Bo Nix and Drake May? Why does Drake May get praise? You guys haven't played anybody worth mentioning besides Buffalo.
Drake May gets praised because he plays for the Patriots.
That's not fair though, because Bo Nix, if Drake May and the Patriots beat fucking Philly and beat Kansas City, it wouldn't just be thinking about Super Bowl. You guys would be thinking about another dynasty. But you guys beat Buffalo and Tampa Bay, and everything's just like, all right, we're going to the Super Bowl now. Come on.
Oh, I'm not talking San Francisco trip right now. No way. I'm not packing
just saying,
San Francisco.
I'm going by the comparison of Bo Nix and Drake May. Drake May is right up, like he's tier 1 right now, and some reason Bo Nix is not. And I don't get like how you guys don't trust him.
I'm not taking anything away from Bo Nix at all.
Hold on, Justin. I got this one for you, buddy.
All right,
I got this one. There's two things that separate Drake May and Bo Nix. Bo Nix is in the bottom half of the league in every statistical category for a quarterback that you could think of. Basically all of them. He only shines well in the fourth quarter when the Broncos are trailing. So that's one stat that Drake May has over him, because Drake May is consistent through the entire game. And there is something that I like to call the eye test. And when you watch those two quarterbacks side by side, Drake May is leaps and bounds better than Bo Nix. Leaps and bounds better.
Or he just understands the system a lot better than what Bo Nix is doing. Bo Nix is probably force-feeding a lot of throws and trying to win these games.
And hold on, I don't want to oversell this by thinking I'm quote-unquote glazing Drake May, because I don't think Drake May is as good as Justin thinks he is. So I think Justin has a little bit of bias glasses on when it comes to Drake May sometimes. But it's clear as day that he's better than Bo Nix.
I wouldn't put Drake May over Matt Stafford right now.
No. Not a chance.
Not even
the
close.
Two quarterbacks I'd put above Stafford right now, the way he's playing. As a Rams fan, I wouldn't swap him, but that's a story for a different day too.
I wouldn't put Drake May over Sam Darnold either. I think Sam Darnold's I think he's probably having the better season than him, technically.
Yes, Sam Darnold is having a better season than Drake May. Absolutely. That's not a question. But what is a question, Nick, since you brought up Sam Darnold, is let's talk about your quarterback, J.J. McCarthy, 9, who just cannot seem to piece it together right now. I know you said you're giving it 2 years. I know, and I understand it, and it makes sense because you've got to give quarterbacks time to develop. I mean, honestly, take a look at what Bryce Young is doing now. Thank God the Panthers didn't give up on Bryce Young. He just set their franchise record in passing yards. Maybe take a page out
Mhm.
of Carolina's book. You have to give them time. But right now, JJ McCarthy is struggling, and he does not look like a starting caliber quarterback. Right now, that can change. But right now, he doesn't look the part, Nick.
I don't think you should expect him to look the part. If we look at the stats, Drake May, I mean, not Drake May, now you got me on him. JJ McCarthy is throwing for 150 yards and 2 interceptions in like in all of his games, I think, or one pick or more. And actually, they call him nine because that's how many nine interceptions he has in the league right now is nine. But as far as that goes, if you look at the actual schedule of what JJ McCarthy has played, we played Chicago twice. We played Detroit. We played friggin' Atlanta, and we played Baltimore. No team right there that I think you should struggle against. This is not the Cleveland Browns. This isn't the Giants. This isn't the Titans. You're playing against playoff teams that are ready to go. As far as that goes for JJ McCarthy, it ain't fair to him that we should be sitting there on his fifth start saying, well, he's struggling. Well, I know he's struggling, but we're not getting these breaks on anything. But I'll tell you this. What they said is he has the opposite effect of what Sam Darnold did. Sam Darnold will get us all the way through the game, and then he screwed up at the end. See, JJ McCarthy will screw up the game all the way in the beginning, and he'll save us in the end. He came back. He scored a touchdown with Jordan Addison, and which I will add, I think they dropped the ball friggin' from Justin Jefferson on Jordan Addison, wide open passes. TJ Hawkinson could have got a first down and got us in field goal range at one point. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? When we want to get something going with the kid, we still can't do nothing with him. And I'm not falling it right just on JJ McCarthy. He is our most, he should be getting scrutinized. But in the end, I mean, it's still his fifth start. And when do you want to give up on him? And that's not, I can't give up on him. What are we going to do? Go get another quarterback? Can't go get another quarterback. I don't want a veteran quarterback. I want to stay with him.
No, that's totally fair. And I agree with you. You don't, obviously, you never give up on a quarterback after his fifth start. But do you feel he should have waited another year to develop and kept Sam for this year again?
I mean, sure, why not? But that's easier said than done because Sam Darnold needed $100 million. And if we're going to do that and we're not going to go to get to Super Bowl that year, why the hell are we going to do that? I don't think that I like the way it went. I think Kevin O'Connell has a plan that we need the cap space for stuff. Like we went out and got an offensive line. Unfortunately, it hasn't panned out for us. They've been injured or they're not showing up. I will say though, like the play calling is what's really stressful is where these guys are running great and then we're throwing it on third downs. And then when we're actually throwing it well, he wants to run. And I'm like, geez, dude, I'm like, make up your friggin' mind. He's confusing me more than he's confusing the team. But other than that, I mean, what I see for the Vikings is just trouble, just inside trouble. And then when you see Justin Jefferson have his fit, and I'm like, this is not him. And I'm like, stop doing it, man. I was cringing right up. So nervous. He came back to his press conference and he calmed the situation down, but everybody knows he's pissed. But he didn't spit in anybody's face, allegedly.
He did not do that. He did not do that.
Yeah.
How much time do we got left, Ian? Do we have time for me and Justin to talk about our teams?
Yeah, shit. I mean, I think we got like 12 minutes.
All right, go ahead, Justin. I'll go last.
I'll do the when it's 10.
Yeah, you're good. So Patriots played on Thursday night in primetime fashion. They showed up in primetime fashion. I will give the Jets credit. It's a divisional game, like we were talking last week. Divisional games are always tough. But the Patriots played with their food in many, many ways this last week. Not to the point to their own detriment, thankfully, but my real big takeaway in terms of that playing with your food mentality that they've had quite a bit in the games where they're just dog walking in all three phases of the game is you can't do that against teams that you're going to be facing against potentially the playoffs like a Buffalo or Baltimore, who is on the rise after now Lamar's back. But it was a solid win. It was never in doubt, even when the Jets scored their opening touchdown. That is the one biggest takeaway for the team that's bugging the shit out of me is the defense gives up an opening score every single freaking game.
And when you play those really, that can come back to hurt you.
Exactly.
So I have one criticism about that game, and it has nothing to do whatsoever with the game itself and the how it was played. And it's not the jerseys. It's not that either. So I don't think I'm going there.
No, actually, I think the jerseys are actually pretty good.
I didn't like how for 3/4 of the game, and I don't mean first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, I mean 75% of the game, on offense, after damn near every play, Drake May had to have someone come and run out and put a jacket over him. I don't think that's a good look for a New England.
That doesn't bother me too much.
I think it should, because to me it shows he's not used to cold weather, and especially in a playoff run, if you guys do get the number 1 seed, I'm worried about how the cold would affect his performance in January.
So
that's the first thing
never
that
been a cold weather. He's never played in the cold weather consistently in his career, ever.
That's bad. That's bad. That's bad for you guys.
It's his first year, but again, this is his first year where he's going to make that kind of run. I'm not going to, in his first real year making this level of a run in terms of playing deep into January, I'm not going to knock him for it.
I appreciate you saying you're not going to knock him for it, Justin, but I'm telling you right now, his performance in the cold this really is his first year, his performance in a cold weather game is going to be the reason you don't make it to the Super Bowl, because he's going to struggle.
Didn't seem to bother him too much.
It was the Trey Henderson out there fucking running like 100. He was doing damn near good. He looked really good. I liked everything. I like that running back a lot.
I do too. Like I said, New England played fine. I have no critique of their game whatsoever. It was specifically that. I was watching that, and I was like, I don't like that. He should not be having a jacket put over him after damn near every play. Not in New England.
I don't think it was that frequent, but
for a couple drives, it was almost every play. And again, going back to a weather situation, he struggled in the rain against Tampa too.
Both teams struggled in the rain that day. It wasn't just. Sure. It was not just.
No, it wasn't just Drake. But now this is 2 separate weather events that I'm seeing from him that make me have a cause to pause about Drake.
I'm not even. I mean, this may be biased. I'm not even raising an eyebrow to it right now because it didn't affect in the long run.
That's fair. I'm not saying it to get you to worry about it. I'm just saying from my perspective, it would concern me. That's all.
I wouldn't be concerned with it right now if I were New England fans. I think more of the fact that it's starting to get cold as it starts progressing. I think he should start being accustomed to it eventually. You think that's my opinion. I wouldn't look too far into that. You're different out there when you're on the field for right now. But also, whoever you're going to play against in the playoffs, if you go against another team that is a cold weather team, that's going to be your kryptonite too.
Yeah, I mean, right now, Denver has the inside track because of conference performance within the AFC. But in terms of the overall schedule, I still would give New England the inner track to get the number 1 seed, which honestly, for them would be vital because chances are decent you're going to have a Jacksonville, Kansas City, Baltimore, or Pittsburgh combination have to go on the road to Denver or Indianapolis. And then you get a potentially a dome team or a warmer weather team into New England.
You do. And I'll just say this. I'm not you as in the Patriots. This is just a generalized you. You do not want to go into Denver for an AFC championship game.
I don't want to go to Denver even as period. New England and going to Denver is New England's kryptonite. Going to Denver is what will derail them. Going to Buffalo would be fine. They've done it. They've beaten them there.
Yeah, but I was going to say the only top place they're probably going to have to play on the road in the playoffs in the cold will be Denver. Otherwise, they'd be playing in the cold at home. Indy. I mean, unless Pittsburgh shoots up there, which I don't think is going to happen.
No, Pittsburgh. Aaron Rodgers is on the shelf. He broke his wrist. Mason Rudolph is probably starting.
Yeah.
Don't let Myles Garrett know.
Before we run out, before we run out of time here, let's talk about the game that happened last night, fellas. Obviously, as you guys know, my Cowboys kicked the dog shit out of the Raiders. Did it change my stance, my opinion on Dallas? Not whatsoever. I will freely admit I liked what Quentin Williams did. He had 1.5 sacks. Overshone really showed his presence last night as well. Chavon Reveal had a great game. They had 6 new starters out there from their last game 2 Mondays ago against Arizona. And I think each one of them made a decent contribution. But it's the Raiders. I can't base anything on what they did besides that it's the Raiders. The one thing that I took away from that game that I really, really liked more than anything was Brian Schottenheimer. Again, he has shown time and time again he is not the issue with this team in the absolute slightest. I don't know if you guys watched the game. He benched CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens for the entire first series.
I saw that.
They won't say why, but there's speculation it's because they were in Vegas and George Pickens and CeeDee Lamb both broke curfew and were out at the casinos all night.
That's why you don't put a football team in Vegas. Cowboys got it done though, man. Quentin Williams' first sack. They said he
He
looks
got a
like the
sack and a
little.
half last night.
Oh, really? Yeah, they said he looks like the little kid. I don't know if you've seen the video. He took his grandma's car and Joy rode it. They said he looks like him all grown up. That dude's bad, man. And I know you were really optimistic about it once they signed him. And hopefully this
Yeah,
is
I
th
really like the trade. But
George
the real test is coming this weekend.
George Pickens must have hit the jackpot on that friggin' Vegas trip, dude, because he played like he hit the jackpot on that fucking field. Holy shit! I don't think you could stop him one bit. He was really good. And
I
you know
text
what? If he stays out of his own way, that guy he's so dangerous.
I thought this in my head at one point last night, and then I was like, no, you're crazy, because just the way that the game was flowing. I'm not saying he's better than CeeDee Lamb, but he might be a better fit for the offense than CeeDee Lamb.
He is. I think he's better fit for an offense for almost any team. I just think that he's just a pain in the ass, and that's what you've already seen it once. If he can stay out of his own way, he's something different.
I think he's
That's
better at
You see,
making difficult catches than CeeDee Lamb.
yeah.
oh yeah. I think George Pickens is the best in the league at making difficult catches. I'll
You see that
say
shit
that
last
flat
night?
out.
They didn't count it. He was out of bounds, but he just.
Did you see the touchdown that he had on the comeback route? So
Mhm.
he had a comeback route where he had a defender on his back. He did his little comeback route, spun him off his back, ran almost diagonal circle across the field down the sideline, did a juke step back, cut 2 guys off, and just ran into the end zone untouched. He had a absolutely phenomenal game. And talent for talent, he's so much better than I thought he was when we traded for him. He is one of the most electric receivers you can have.
He's been one of the most productive free agent signings. I can tell you that. I don't know who's second to him. You know what I mean? Who's? I guess Sam
It
Darnold.
wasn't a free
Sam
agent. It
Darnold
wasn't a free
definitely
agent.
is.
It wasn't a free agent sign. We traded for him.
Trade. Yeah, never mind.
Traded for him. But he's second in the league right now in receiving yards, right behind JSN.
Yeah, something special for sure. It's gonna be crazy when he goes to another team and gets his money.
Now we're
Or
gonna
is
franchise that. I guarantee
Yeah,
we're
that's
gonna
true.
franchise.
Yeah, Jay's gonna be like, well, I can't let him go, so I'm gonna piss him off.
On their
He
best
wants his
days,
money.
on their best days, I think Dallas has 2 top 5 receivers with Pickett. I mean, it's a stiff competition right now with Chase, Puka, Nacua. I mean, I didn't want to put him top 5 last week, and you guys were like, no.
Lucas definitely is. He's
He made some catches this weekend, man. Just
See,
Who,
but
your
here's the
number two
thing.
wide receiver? Devontae Adams, number one on that team. That guy
He-
is
No,
freaking straight
no,
he
fire right
dropped a
now.
pass in the fourth
not.
quarter, but yeah.
Bro,
I love Devontae Adams there. Damn.
It's funny. I say the same thing about quarterbacks, basketball players, and rappers all the time. There's 10 people that we can put in the top 5.
Mm. That's true,
You know what
too.
I
It
mean?
all depends on who it is. Oh, whoever's
Yeah.
making the list.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got about two
And
and a half
so-
minutes left, and I got a quick overreaction question for you. Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes playing hero ball is going to derail them before or in the playoffs.
Not an overreaction. Based on this
Uh,
season, not an overreaction.
I think we've already seen him do it. It's already been happening.
Josh Allen played hero ball against Tampa Bay and dog walked them single-handedly. He scored 6 touchdowns.
Yeah, that was insane.
So didn't Baker Mayfield.
Baker had a great game, but Josh had a all-time level type game. Justin, you know what's funny is after Josh threw his second pick, and you texted in the group chat about how he already threw his second pick of the game, he then proceeded to score 5 touchdowns with no turnovers right after
Right.
you texted.
Just as I say that. But
He was like,
up to that point, he
shut
looked. But up to that point, he was like, "Oh, Josh Allen, something's wrong."
Speaking of
I
that,
will say, that
my
was the
buddy.
first time. Real quick. I think that was
Oh,
the
you're good.
first time this. I think that was the first time this season that Josh Allen looked like the MVP. Josh Allen was
Mhm.
after that second pick on Sunday.
Yeah.
He turned it around night and day. But I mean, I don't know, man. It's gonna be tough. Buffalo might not get to obviously. Well, they're not gonna have home field throughout the playoffs, so
Oh,
it's gonna. I think that dynamic changes from how I felt about that. I was really high on. I've been high on Denver all year. I'm pretty high right now with them being at the top seed. But I don't know my perception of Buffalo. I do like that they added Joey Bosa. I think that was a massive get. I think that's gonna help them big time. But they're not gonna be able to play at home in the snow. So that's how I feel about Buffalo.
No, but I
Really?
think with both him and Mahomes having to play hero ball, it's gonna
Oh,
come back and bite them.
we got about 30 seconds left. We'll see everybody for part 2, episode 100. I didn't realize we had a minute left.
all right. See y'all. 10 minutes.